Hi everyone, just a quick video to share the fact that I've purchased the Derwent drawing pencils. I did get these from Cult Pens because they had ran out on the Derwent website, which means I did pay a little bit more than I really should have, but I really wanted them and so I got them. So yeah, like these are them. So they are the 72 set, of course, and I do have the 24 set from previously, and they are packaged really nicely. In fact, this is the first time I'm opening them. I did get them a few days ago, so I'm just going to take the plastic off and show you them. There we go. I haven't been too well recently, so that's why I've not taken them out either, and I've not even sorted out getting a case for them actually yet. So I think we've got 2 trays because it's a 72 set. So they all look quite nice. I really like the colours. Look at all these greens. Sorry, would help if I was in camera there, or in view, so you can see a nice range of browns. So they look very nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen these, and then I'm going to do a swatch, and then I'll come back and we'll have a look at the colours. So the colours from the original set are these. We've got Ivory Black, Mars Orange, Mars Violet, Pale Cedar, Chinese White, Sanguine, Ruby Earth, Crag Green, Cool Grey, Brown Ochre, Venetian Red, Smoke Blue, Warm Grey, Warm Earth, Terracotta, Solway Blue, Wheat, Sepia, Olive Earth, Ink Blue, Light Sienna, Chocolate, Green Shadow and Yellow Ochre. So those are the original 24, and so I'm going to swatch them all out. I decided to get the full 72 so that the other ones I could just keep on my desk, because I do keep the 24 set here in this sort of desk stand, because they're really good to use, and there's some colours that you don't find in many other sets, so it's just nice to have them to hand so that I can use them. So I shall see you in a bit and we shall look at the full colour range. Okay, I am back with my swatch, and this is it. Unfortunately, it's not all on one sheet because I do my swatches in this, it's like a notebook. It's a stationery island, sort of one of those notebook things. A stationery island, does it say anything else? No. So yeah, so basically I've just done it in here, so it's not all on one page unfortunately, but these are all the colours, and I have put a black pen dot next to the originals, so it's quite like these are all new, so it's nice to have some more sort of orangey reds. And I do recognise some of the Derwent names from other sets, like the Chromaflow, so Strawberry and Autumn Red for example. So that's good. And then like some skin tones there as well. Not that I do portraits and things, but just for those of you that do. Some lovely lilacs here, different shades of lilacs. I like this ash rose, this pink. And then we've got all of these blues as well, which the set did not have in before. And I quite like these shades as well. This one, ash blue, seems a little bit similar to the smoke blue, but there is a difference. I think that's more on the green side, and the smoke blue is more on the blue side. So there you can tell that there's a difference. I hope you can on camera. And then we've got this darker spruce green, which I think is in the Light Fast set, the colour name at least. And then these bright fresh green and moss green, so a nicer range, you know, much bigger range of greens here that you've got compared to the original Olive Earth. Warm Earth was one of my favourites from the previous set, And then we've got this woodland and this dark brown. The dark brown is just a bit lighter than the chocolate, which we did originally have. And then you've got the usual yellow ochre from before, and then there's a lighter version, which is the light ochre. Wheat was in the original set. And then these all lovely brown oranges we already had in the set from before, from the 24. And then here we've got a midnight, which is, you can see, is like a sort of really, really dark blue black. And then we've got this forest, which is a really, really dark green black, really sort of really dark green, which is, the forest name is actually in the light fast pencil set as well. And then some greys, which look like cooler greys, because we only really had a cool and a warm grey before. So we've got a greater range of cool greys, and these two again, the taupe and the fossil grey, I've seen in the light fast set, and then the oyster as well is in the light fast set, I think. So it is quite lovely to have a larger set. When I was doing the sharpening, there was no issues at all. I did use the dial, is it the dial 133, I think? So I used the dial 133. There were no issues. I had no breakages at all, which is really, really good. I do notice, and this is an issue that I see with Derwent quite a lot, is obviously the you can't see the core of the pencil here because it's covered. But you can tell from here, I think, that they're not particularly well centered, I believe, because of the way it's sharpening here, which does worry me a little. But the wood is, I think it's cedar wood. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know the other pencils, they do use cedar wood. So it should be holding the core quite firmly. So I would presume that that's quite, you know, stable. And then obviously the rest of the features are the same as the original. You can see though that the tip has, that might be my fault, or I might have used it actually, yeah. They are fairly soft, aren't they, from my experience of using them. So they did feel like the, you know, it's my original, oops, sorry for the noise, the original 24 set. They did feel the same, except I think this might just be me, but they do seem a little bit drier. But then I can't really say that right now because I haven't really used them long enough to be able to say that they're the exact formulation. But you'd expect the formulation to be the same, wouldn't you? Because you know, they're the same brand and the same line of pencils as well. So for the colour range, going back to it, I am very pleased with the colour range. I think they're really nice. Let me think. I did notice though, I have to say this. Have you seen this colour here, this apricot, or apricot, however you say it? It's got like another tinge of another shade in there. So that's a bit strange. Let me see if I can find it. It seemed like there was, like, you can see in the swatch there, can't you, that there's, I don't know, some sort of a darker, I don't even know what to say, like a grey type of dark. I don't know if you can see it, brought it close to you, but this apricot, you can see that there's a darker colour in there. Now I can try it out again, and it might just be because there was just some residue on there. Oh look, that's much better, see? So it might have just been some residues. You can see there's a clear difference between that and that. So yeah, maybe as you use them more, I think there might have been something just stuck onto the point there. So yeah, I did notice that with a few others, but like I say, it might just be some residue left over when the pencils were made. I didn't notice it with loads of pencils, just like a couple. And apricot was the one that stuck out to me there. So what I thought I'd do is try to pick out some colours and use them on a page. Just put them to the side on a page. And like I did choose two books. I had Journey to Wonderland, and I had Magical Worlds. So I thought loads of you will have Magical Worlds, so I thought maybe if I try to do some colouring with this. Now I decided that I'm going to do, not that one, I'm going to do this, oops, not that one, I keep going to that page. I'm going to do this one. So I thought maybe I could work on this, the bricks here, and I thought I want them to be quite autumnal, because of course we are in October, so I wanted it to be quite autumnal, the bricks, and use that shades of the lovely browns that we already supposedly had, didn't we? But maybe mix it up a bit. Let me think, would that be a good idea? Yeah, so I'm going to come up with two little colour combinations that I could use, because I'm just thinking, should I do them all in one colour? Maybe I should. Or maybe I should have the odd ones, because bricks are not always the same colour, are they? I think I'll make them all sort of browny, reddy, orange. Yeah, we'll make them all the same colour. So I'll sort of just talk through as I use them. And I'm going to use the new pencils, and then I'll use the, if I've got some of the old ones in the same colours, I'll use them just to see if I can feel any difference. But obviously I wouldn't expect a difference. And yeah, my idea for this page is to have, I want to show the light coming off the candles, and maybe these gems here, and then also this bit here as well to show something, but then I want it to be dark around here. So I can't make the brickwork too light, but I am going to work from dark on the edge here and lightest there. So dark to lightest, so darkest to the lightest. I do want to fill this space in with something. Not decided yet what it is, but I shall come back in a minute or two with my colour combinations. So see you in a bit. Okay, so what I'm using from my new set is the light ochre, which is new, the brown ochre, which is not new, Mars orange, which is not new, as in it's not a new colour, woodland is new, dark brown is new, and chocolate is not. So I've also chosen the same colours in here, like my old set. So I have got chocolate from before. The black I am, is to basically as another shade that I can include. Venetian red is in my old set, and Mars orange on my old set, and brown ochre and wheat. So I am having to replace some of the colours that we now have in the new set with some of the ones that were available in the 24, just to mix it up a bit really. So let's have a look. Let's start with just something here, I guess. So I'm going to start with the new pencils, and very lightly, and yeah, they go down really easily, don't they? I'm not even, this is very light pressure. So trying to keep it quite light on this side, and if I use my Tombow eraser, I think I went a little bit too much, so I'm just going to take a little bit off. I'm going to do 2 with the light ochre. It works really well on this paper, but then again, Johanna Basford paper is really, really nice. So what I'm doing with this next colour is brown ochre, and I'm just going to put it in some different places, not covering the entire area of the brick. So that's all I'm doing there. There we go. And then now is the Mars orange, again, just in certain areas, not going over everything. Especially trying to put the colour in more on this left side, because this is going to be hit by some light coming from here. I think, I'm not fully sure like what I'm going to do with the page, and I do adapt as I go along. So, and then this is now the woodland, which is a new colour. Right, I'm gonna fill this bit in here because I want this edge to be quite dark. Like that. This is going to take me a while. I'm so slow when it comes to pencil work. I'm going to go back to the light ochre and just sort of go over all of this, still leaving that white little edge on the right. Okay, so now next we have dark brown. Again, I'm focusing that on this end because maybe just add a bit of in the middle there, add a little bit of the pigment. And then last but not least, chocolate, which is the darkest. I mean, I probably don't need all these colours, but I find that the more colours you use for a particular thing, you do get a better effect. I do believe I need a little bit more of this because this is, I just want it to show a little bit more. The lighter colours are here on this edge. Quite nice to use actually, these. Not bad at all. Now I could, gosh, did I use that first up? Sometimes I can't remember. I do forget a lot. Right, so I am just going to use the Chinese white just for this edge here. This is my old Chinese white, by the way, which maybe I shouldn't have used the old one. I should have just used the new one from the pack, but it's too late for that now. And there we go. That is how it's looking. Maybe it's looking a bit rubbish at the moment, but I am going to, this is why it takes me ages. Look, I'm doing 2 bricks and it's taken me all this time. Right, so that's that. I think I'm going to leave that one there. And then I'm now using my old set with slightly different colours for that, for maybe this brick and this brick, and see how that feels. Yeah, they feel pretty much feel the same. So, yeah, the good old Derwent formula, same quality so far anyway. And then the old one of the brown ochre. So how have you guys been? I've been a little bit stressed. Gosh, you know what? Life sometimes does not stop, does it? It just continues throwing challenges, but yeah, I'm just a little bit stressed. And when I get stressed, I suffer from migraines anyway, but when I get stressed, it's even worse. Then the frequency of the migraines, unsurprisingly, does, you know, it does increase, and it is challenging, especially when you're working. It's even harder. And teaching is one of those jobs where you need to be on the ball pretty much all the time. And it is quite energy intensive because it's where you're presenting, basically, aren't you? You're actively doing something, presenting and dealing with kids. And I don't know if you've heard the old saying which says never work with animals or kids. There's a reason I think that's the saying was came to be, not in a bad way, but you know, it is very, very tough and challenging, very rewarding, don't get me wrong, because there's always going to be that, but it is when you are not well as well, you know, when you're struggling physically and also mentally, it's even tougher. So yeah, so colouring has not been something that's been on my mind to do very much so in the last week or so. I've just not really gravitated towards it because of the other things that are on my mind. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I have done some colouring. I have, because I do try to do it when the time allows, but I don't really want to force myself, because then it defeats the purpose of it being something that's a hobby and that you enjoy. Oh yes, the other thing I wanted to talk about is the Rita Berman book. The Rita Berman book, the Das Land something, or I can't even remember, Kleinen. It's the new one that's out, I think, on the 14th, and I've been trying to look for it everywhere, and obviously on Amazon UK it's not even available, it seems, which is just typical of Amazon in recent times, unfortunately. So this is the ivory black now, guys. So I didn't use that for the other one, but just to give a little bit of variation. I'm glad I did it that way, because look, they're the same pencils, but these bricks look different slightly to these, which is always good, because they're not all going to be the same, are they? Each brick is going to be different, and it's the differences between them that make it look really nice, I think. So as I was saying, yeah, and I did look on Blackwell's, because that's my like go-to as well, because I can't always rely, and I'm sure quite a lot of you will have the same experience, on Amazon UK. So I did the notify me, because it wasn't available on Blackwell's, but then they just notified me. I got an email this morning, I think it's the 9th today of October, and so as soon as I woke up, I was still brushing my teeth, but I thought I'm gonna order this right now, because what's happened to me quite a few times is I'll be like, oh, I'll order it later today, and then later today comes and then it's just gone, and then I have regrets, and we don't want regrets. So yeah, that's what I did. So I've ordered it, so I'm really looking forward to it. I hope there's no issues in getting it from Blackwell's as well, because the odd occasions I have had Blackwell's say, sorry, we can't get hold of this. So yeah, I hope that doesn't happen, because I really do want that book from Rita Berman. I do really enjoy her work. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going back to the new pencils here, and just adding this in places. All right, that's not too bad. I think that'll look quite nice, really, when I've done all the bricks in the same way. I do want to make this bit greenish, I don't know, that's what shouts out to me, greenish. And I think maybe using soft pastel or pan pastel for these bits here, and then I don't know, something to fix it as well, because obviously pastels need fixing. So yeah, that's it. What do I think? I do really like them. They seem exactly the same quality and type, the new pencils, the 72, as the original ones, and I'm really enjoying using them. You can see how I've made a little bit of a, you won't be able to see it, I don't think, on camera, but the pencil dust, I mean, these are quite soft, of course, so they do make marks if you do get a bit of the dust there, but you can get rid of it quite easily, so that's not a problem. So what do I think? Do I think they're worth buying? Yes, and I would recommend keeping your eye on Amazon. I think Wendy did have a post out before they were released. There was a pre-order on Amazon, and they were on a really good price. So I would probably buy them. I advise getting them from either Amazon, because I think they'll be cheaper, and also the Derwent website. Excuse my phone. The Derwent website. The Derwent website, there is a 20% discount code that you can get from Colour with Claire, I think, and also is it the Art Gear Guide, I think. So yeah, do pop over and get your discount and see which one actually is cheaper, because I never actually saw the Amazon listing because it wasn't available, it ran out. So yeah, I'd check those two places, because I think on Cult Pens they are slightly more than you would have been able to get them from the other places. That's it. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and thank you so much for your support and for watching, and see you next time. Bye.